Hey guys, Waifugate here again. This will be I think it's the third episode for Underrated Card of the Week. And this week, we got an oldie but a goodie, Field of Ruin. So we don't usually see this card so much in Standard anymore, mainly because people are running like, the common colors are like three. You usually run like three colors, Jeskai, Yorion, for example, Bant, Yorion, etc. Just a lot of the lists require you to run the triomes, or you're just running a lot of shocklands and stuff, and you can't really afford the colorless mana because it's a little intense. However, recently I've been using like one copy of Field of Ruin in my U White control list, and I love it. That list also runs Blast Zone, which is very fantastic as well. But I think Field of Ruin does something that no other card can do, which is it shuffles your opponent's library. And this isn't super relevant a lot of the time, but often, like once in a great while, you'll have something like a God Eternal something from the opponent, like whether it's Kefnet, Okatra, etc. There's always like some type of a god, or like your opponent's scrying, for example. They scry two cards to the top. Or like Cavalier of Thorns. That's a good one. Oh my god, this card blows out Cavalier of Thorns, right? So if you're able to, like, if you can't ECD and you have to shatter the sky, if you have 3 extra mana, which is a tall order, granted, you can force your opponent to shuffle the library with Field of Ruin. Because this isn't a May. Each player destroy target non-basic land an opponent controls. Each player searches his library. Not each player may. They have to. So even if they have no valid targets, they still have to look and choose and then shuffle no matter what, which is pretty crazy. So that's why I think that this is an underrated card. And the reason why we don't see it as much nowadays is just because, just the way that the meta is set up with lands in general. Like most decks are too greedy, like Jeskai Yorion, for example, are going to run the triomes and such instead. But with an 80 card pile and a 2 color combination like Azorius Control, I love this card at 1 or 2. I feel like I would go 2 if I didn't value Blast Zone, basically, for colorless sources. So definitely a great card. Also, like, not only does it shuffle, like that's the effect that I love the most about it. I just love the shuffling aspect because nothing else in the game really does that. The other thing that's really good about this card is it answers really problematic cards for control. An opposing Ardent Veil, boom, no problem, take it out. Stop them from producing tokens for Jeskai Luca or whatever, Stop them from producing 1/1 tokens to just, slay you, bring your life points down to 0, because those things add up, man. 2 or 3 of those here and there, you can cut them down to size with Field of Ruin, and it's nice. It also takes care of Vantress, which is the other big one, or Castle Lockwain if you're up against Sakdos, for example. Embrith if you're against Mono Red. Like, it's just never too terrible. And it also helps you like filter. It shuffles your own library, which could matter if you put a trawler on bottom or something and you need it back up to the top. Boom, shuffle it, etc. If you shuffled, or if you scry to shatter the sky to the bottom early because you had 2 copies already and you need that 3rd copy, boom, it's good. Just a very versatile and great card, Field of Ruin is. It's just good. I just love it. So that'll be this week's underrated card of the week. Hopefully this is helping some people maybe kind of get some ideas rolling for different decks, or just different tools that they have access to potentially. Maybe a couple of you will put a Field of Ruin in your deck now. Probably not, but that's okay. I love it. So yeah, I will catch you guys later. Cheers. Thank you for chilling out and watching the video. If you guys have any questions or comments, especially if you guys think that you have an underrated card of the week, I'm always looking for different outputs or inputs, different outlooks, different perspectives on what people value and think are underrated and such. I just love it. So if you want to drop a comment below, be cool. If not, you can drop by my stream as well. We can chat for a minute. Whatever you like, man. But yeah, I've been putting out a YouTube video a day as well, so I've been just trying to crank out the content. So hopefully that's helping some people just have something to watch and maybe something useful eventually. So Cheers, and I will see you guys next time.